wonder, or when Oh, híjole! What a versatile shout! For moments of wonder, or when plans go south. When a friend shares bad news, you gasp in dismay. Híjole, that's awful, is what you might say. But when the chick comes after dining in style, you mutter híjole with a nervous smile. And if your neighbor brags of wild bedroom feats, híjole, really? While hiding defeat. It's harmless and fun, a word for the ages, expressing life's drama in all of its stages. Hee hee hee.
Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners. Best Cord Cutting TV, Bravos Restaurant Bar, El Rey Lounge de Versalles, Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, Oculto, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. This is our morning get-together live here on Facebook. As you know, Coffee and Headlines is all about taking a look at news from our city, state, and country, and taking a look at your comments and ideas and suggestions. And why do we do this? Because it helps us to connect as English-speaking locals with each other, with the destination, with all the wonderful things that are available here. There's not only English-speaking locals here, there are friends from other places that have a lovely place in your hearts for Puerto Vallarta. And of course, we all share one thing in common. We all have a tight leash on our relationship with English curse words, and we all keep children in separate rooms while the broadcast is going on. Today, as always, I have all kinds of excellent news that I wish to share with you. Starting with the date, it is January 7. We're starting to see strange things happening in the sky. We're going to talk about cabañuelas. I haven't forgotten about that. We're going to talk about cabañuelas before the week is over. We don't have a lot of news today. It's a little light, but we have interesting developments that I wish to share with you. So as always, if you have a question that is important or a comment that is important, please feel free to add a capital letter Q, and we'll be looking at that with lots of enthusiasm as always. And of course, if you're watching live for the first time, you want to see what this is about, it's great to have you with us. I hope you have your favorite beverage in hand, on hand, in hand, around, at your disposal. And I hope it's warm, and I hope it's coffee. Anyhow, if you'd like a nice, lovely little welcome, we're happy to do so. All you have to do is type a capital letter N in your comment, and we will assume you are new and would like a little welcome, and we will gladly deliver. We start with news that almost call for the what the fuck parrot. I mean, I don't understand. Given the lack, this is how the news starts, given the lack of public transportation buses in Puerto Vallarta during the week of resumption of school activities, the state government, in coordination with the Unibus company, is preparing an emergency plan to address the situation since on several routes there is still a shortage of units and long waiting times for users. It is so tempting to just tell it like it is, but it's also so tempting to try to understand what the hell. Um, you'd think that they would have known last week or the week before that they would not have enough buses for the first week of the year. So I don't understand why it is a tragedy, but apparently it is an issue that the company failed to oversee. So I guess that says a lot about their long term or short term planning strategies. In the context of the announcement of the electric transportation system for Francisco Medina Asensio Avenue, which we mentioned a few days ago, Governor Pablo Lemus commented that the proposed project will be a drastic positive change in the experience of users on the main avenue, but clarified that the new electric buses will arrive in October or November since they have only just been requested from the distributor. That part I can understand. I mean, it's not like the bus companies have surplus of buses just sitting around. So, what will happen with the public transportation between now and then? Well, that is a big mystery, but it's early in the year. We'll see how this one develops. And then I have this other one. This is also good news, but it will take a while. Avenida México will be expanded in an event that highlights one of his campaign promises. Mayor Luis Munguia, along with Governor Pablo Lemus, announced the expansion of Avenida México to 4 lanes. The project, which begins in the Ixtapa district and extends to Avenida Los Poetas, aims to speed up traffic on one of the most congested roads in the city and one that you never heard of, but you've been on a number of times, I'm sure. I will show it in a map in a second. Anyhow, Avenida Mexico is a key route that connects with the city hall of the Municipal Administrative Unit, or UMA, and is used daily by thousands of vehicles, causing significant congestion. The expansion is considered crucial, especially with the upcoming opening of the Amado Nervo Bridge, which will serve as an alternative for mobility in conjunction with a new road junction that will be built on Avenida Las Palmas de Mojoneras. And you're probably wondering where any of this is. Here is a map just to show you where the main throughways are. There is our main highway. Here is the new toll highway. And here's 544, which is a road that goes to Ixtapa and to San Sebastian and so forth. So Avenida Mexico is this little fellow. There you go. And, you've been on that road if you've gone to the bus terminal. You've been on that road if you've gone to the UMA. It is one of those places that you don't think about it. You don't even think about its name because it's one of those avenues that you used to get from point A to point B for the most part. But its extension is part of the alternatives that the city is hoping to find to alleviate all the traffic problems that we're having now and that will probably continue to increase in the future. Now, let's take a quick look at our weather before we continue with other announcements. Let's see what we have. Oh, I totally understand what that is about. You don't even want to know what I'm getting in return for my $1 million donation to the inauguration, says our snarky weatherman. Well, that is snarky. I suppose the date of an important inauguration is approaching. I'll try to avoid it as much as I can. It is 19 degrees out there right now. Humidity is high at 85%. The clouds must be loaded. Yikes. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump in a funny way. Our weather forecast says that today we're going to have overcast skies throughout the day. Chance of precipitation is 5%. We are keeping track on the rain because we sometimes get rain in January. Our high temperature today is expected to be 26 with a low temperature of 17. Then tomorrow, Wednesday, overcast skies in the morning with rain in the afternoon, a high of 27 and a low of 19. And then Thursday will be a humid day with overcast skies. There's going to be a chance of rain of 55%, so it might rain later on in the week. We can expect a high of 25 and a low of 18. And that is our weather forecast for the next 3 days. Then I have a great announcement that I received from one of you this morning. Let me put it up on the screen. This came from Paula Pearson. Hello, Paula. Paula says, Carmen Aroculto and I have been working on a meet and greet for late February. When we have a date and price, could you launch and announce this for us? The dates we are looking at are February 6th, 17 to 26, excluding the 20th. Is there a date that is better for you to attend? Well, this makes me so very, very happy. I am so glad that you guys are connecting with each other. This is what Coffee and Headlines is all about. In the past, it's been mentioned, why or how do we go at making connections or meet and greets or gatherings or dinners or whatever you want to call it. And what I've said before is that I love it when you take the initiative to create these experiences for yourselves. And the only thing that I've asked is that you don't announce them as official Coffee and Headlines events, as they are not. But I'm so happy to see, Paula, that you are gathering the troops together. So if anybody wants to attend Paula's dinner, please feel free to send her a message and let her know what dates are good for you. This is February 17 to 26, but not the 20th. And I am sure you're going to have a wonderful time. I will keep an eye on my dates. And if I can be there, I'll be happy to join you. But I don't know what my schedule is going to be like between February 17 and 26 just yet. But good for you, Paula. I hope you guys have a fantastic, fantastic time. And this is probably not very important, but it's been sitting on my someday when things are slow folder. The New York Times has announced what they think are the best classical albums of last year. If you enjoy classical music like I do, you may want to take a look at this. I'm going to share the link in the show notes as usual. And then I'm happy to announce that I have friends coming into town, and I think the intention is to go see Amy Armstrong tomorrow night at Nacho Daddy. She's going to be performing from 7:30 to 9 p.m. So if there's anybody out there that would like to touch base or meet up or go to Amy Armstrong, I think I'm going to be there. And I'm just putting that out there. Amy Armstrong, for those of you that don't know, is an extraordinary vocalist, singer, storyteller, comedian, with a broad musical range that is just amazing. And just as the subtitle says, you will laugh, you will cry, and you will love. We love our Amy Armstrong, and I really wish for as many people to discover her as possible. And of course, I'm excited about the spotlight. Now we have an actual show page that you can click on if you want to watch the spotlight tomorrow, Wednesday. It's going to be a lot of fun because it's going to be all about shows. We have Todd Friedman and Gouda Gabor and Beto Sempere promoting shows that they're involved in. And I think that's going to be very, very exciting. And of course, on Thursday, my retelling of my introduction to opera presentation at the Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork is going to be a lot of fun. If you think opera is for you, but you haven't really gotten into it, this is the one to go to. It's going to be a lot of fun. We will talk about the development of opera, what makes opera endure, given the fact that it's been around for so many years. And there you have it. This is going to be on Thursday at 5 o'clock at the Joint Boutique Hotel. And if I find my next button, I shall push it. It's this one. Boom. Sorry, itchy beard. Let's see what we have. Good mornings, good mornings, good mornings, good mornings. Lots of good mornings. I love it. And yes, it is cold. it is cold, Betsy, and I understand there's going to be a cold front moving in through the second half of the week, so we'll see how things go. And speak of the devil, here's Paula. So if anybody wants to attend Paula's gathering, please feel free to get in touch with her directly. Let's see. I love it when you're counting nights to come back. Good for you, Lona. I hope you have an uneventful trip. This one doesn't have a cue, but it's a great question. Deborah asks, any information on the Charro event coming up at the end of January? You know, Deborah, I have seen banners for it, but I have not seen headlines just yet. I'll take a look at Facebook, and if I find something more informative, I'll be happy to share with you in the next couple of days. Let's see. Here's a comment from Paula. Carmen will come up with a date and a prize for the meet and greet. There you go. So apparently the ball is in Carmen's court. So we'll wait to see what Carmen is up to. I know that Carmen got in touch with me to announce some upcoming public dinners. I'm going to take a look at those events on Facebook and share them in the show notes so that we're all alerted to what Carmen is preparing for the next few days. And this brings us to the end of today's broadcast. It is always a pleasure to connect with you, and I'm always grateful to be able to create connections or to look for great connections. I'm going to look up for that. I'm going to look up that information about the Charro event because they're always wonderful. But I confess I've never been to one of the Charro events here in town. So maybe my time is now. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for subscribing, for forwarding, for sharing, for subscribing. It goes a great length. It goes a long way. That's what I'm trying to say. It goes a long way in spreading the good word of what we're trying to do here. Have a great Tuesday. And I will see you again tomorrow morning. Take care.